Hello, hello, hello out there on this Friday evening. How you guys doing out there on this this Friday before Mother's Day? Have you guys done all of your shopping and made sure that you are prepared to shower your mother and mother like figures who have taken care of you guys during your life, right? I don't think you have to be a mother to be celebrated on this day. I think there's so many women and other caregivers, not the men, because I believe women should have Mother's Day and fathers should have Father's Day. But I feel like there's so many people in our communities who care for our children and make sure that they thrive and give them the love that they need to become the best versions of themselves. So happy Mother's Day to all of you. Hello, my name is Lisa Renee Johnson, and tonight on Books and Cocktails, I am so excited to be chatting with you guys about the question of whether or not you should use a free ISBN or a paid ISBN when you are self-publishing your book. And so, yeah, that is a loaded question. For those of you who received my newsletter, I already answered this. I think I even answered it on Instagram today. So the answer is hell to the no, but you still have to stay and listen to me chat with you a little bit about why. So for those of you who are seeing me for the very first time, again, my name is Lisa Renee Johnson, and I am a best-selling author and a book marketing strategist who helps authors, aspiring storytellers, experts, and whatnot create a magnetic author platform so that they could be seen, heard, sell more books, and create the transformation of their audience, which is their ultimate goal, right? That's why we all write books out here. I have the privilege of being a self-published author as well as having my books being published through a traditional publishing company. And I think that because I have those two experiences, it offers up this interesting or unique lens where I'm able to see the duality of self-publishing, traditional publishing, and straddling that fence. And I think I bring that uniqueness to the space with my clients. And, ultimately, I believe that they get a better experience because of that. So I'm also a book club president. I've been a book club president for 97. So oh gosh, that'll be 25 years this year. You know what? That's a great accomplishment to say that you're a book club and that you have been around for 25 years, right? Quarter of a century. You know what? We are in the midst of this pandemic, so we've still been meeting virtually, but I'm going to have my book club. We're going to have to do something really, really super nice because we've been together for 25 years. So, did you guys know that it is National Get Caught Reading Month? As I said in my newsletter, I didn't either. I didn't know that until I was writing the newsletter. I always try to find some type of national holiday or something that is connected to reading so that we can chat about it and celebrate it. And celebrating National Get Caught Reading Month is super simple. Basically, all you have to do is get caught reading. And so yesterday, I had the pleasure of participating in the inaugural Black Girl Magic. It's the McBride Sisters Books and Wine Club, and they partnered with Simon & Schuster, and the whole premise is to amplify the voices of Black women writers from all genres. And so if you become a part of the Black Girl Magic book club, you receive 2 bottles of wine, the book that they're reading, and yesterday we read the last revival of Opal and Nev by newcomer Donnie Walton. I think that's her name, Donnie Walton. Yes. And it was pretty fabulous. So we got the best of both worlds. We got to, part of it is you also get to do this live Q&A with the author, right? So all the people who were part of the book club, we convened yesterday and we were able to ask questions and talk about the book. And it was, pretty freaking awesome. It's always nice when you're in the company of fellow writers and you're learning about writing process, because I think we're all so unique. You ask us a question and we'll all give you such a very different answer. And that is what it's all about, is basically finding what makes you tick, finding, writing processes and rituals that make, it easy for you to show up and to tell your stories. The only thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is telling your stories. So tonight we are going to talk about those 5 reasons why you should consider having your own ISBN number when you are self-publishing your book. So for those of you who are newbies, or you're, just on the, I guess at the tip of this iceberg, right? You're thinking about self-publishing your book, or you are right in the beginning stages of doing that. An ISBN number stands for International Standard Book Number, right? And it's a unique number that is given to every version of your book. Did you catch that? I said every version. So that means if you have an ebook and an audio book and a physical book, mass trade paperback book, they all have different ISBN numbers. So that's, I guess, we can chit chat about that a little bit more. So for every version of your book, it should have a different ISBN number, because the ISBN number tracks every single thing about the book, right? All of the metadata, that's all the things that make your book the book, that when readers are out there searching, that they're going to look for to be able to find it. And it also tracks your sales, which is why you need to know whether your audiobook is selling or your ebook is selling and whatnot. So again, I said metadata. I am so relaxed today, you guys. You guys who follow me know that I took a CBD bath like before noon today, and I have just been like just coasting, like chilling. I was off work today. I know enough to know when I need to have a hard reset, because I lose my filter. Like when you're working in corporate, well, I don't work in corporate America. I work in the public sector, which is, pretty much the same. And, when you deal with, people all the time, and for me, when I lose my filter and I'm not able to hold it together as I need to, I know I need to take a hard reset. So I took some days off to be able to do that. So this morning I started today, I think it was like 10 something, and I decided to go ahead and take me a 2-hour CBD bath, which was totally awesome. But again, I've just been coasting and chilling ever since. And today we're drinking Chardonnay. So we're just chilling. So back to what I was talking about. So let's go back. So again, your ISBN tracks everything, including the metadata. And the metadata is just data that describes your book. So it's the title, it's the subtitle, your price, your publication date, the ISBN number, and any other relevant information, again, that a user would, or a reader would need to be able to find your actual book. And it also tracks sales, right? So, books are really interesting because we don't really know who is the reporter of, things like that will make you a New York Times bestseller. Like that's a hidden criteria. It always has been. It's quite interesting. But like in the music industry, they used to say SoundScan, and that's how we know whose albums are going platinum and who's, all of that. So the platinum and the gold and all that for record industry. Very similar for books. That's what an ISBN is doing. It is tracking that data so that they will be able to, at the end, know who's doing what, supposedly. Okay? So, one of the reasons why you really need to make sure that you have your own ISBN number is because that number is cross-referenced with the publishing company and the imprint of record. So if you set yourself up in like KDP, I know they have free ISBN numbers, or some vanity presses that you could go with if you're publishing through them, or even if you're publishing with some of the anthologies, you're using their ISBN, right? And so the imprint will point to them and not you as the publisher. So that means that they're listed as the publisher. If people out here, they're ordering books, right? I know the whole goal always is to sell books. And so say you got this tremendous order of books. If you are not the publisher of record, you will not get that order. That order goes to the actual publisher themselves, and you're going to get royalties off of that, right? And I feel like if you're out here on this landscape and you're already self-publishing and you're doing all the work, you might as well make your own bank account go cha-ching. So why not be your own publisher? If you decide to print your book with an offset printer, meaning you don't go through KDP, you go to a print company and you purchase large quantities of your book, right, at an even more discounted rate than you can get them for on KDP. That's the old school way. We don't do that too much anymore. I remember when I self-published the first time, and the big truck pulls up to my driveway and unloads, 5,000 books, all these boxes. And that's why it was really important to be able to have a marketing strategy so I could figure out how to get rid of those books, right? But today with print on demand, you only order what you need. And so it's a little bit different. But if you have something going on where you would need to order a larger quantity of book, it's much cheaper for you to go to an offset printer. But if you are not the publisher of record with that ISBN number, they will not allow you to print those books. And so that's another reason why you should have your own. And if you use KDP, I'm not sure if there's even a mechanism in place for you to be able to ask them, can you use, can you use their ISBN number to print books away from them, because that's taking money from them. So I'm sure they would say absolutely not to that. So those are just a few reasons why you should have your own ISBN number. But I think ultimately at the end of the day, publishing your book means that you are now a business owner, and you should make all of that official, right? By registering with your local county, as a doing business as, right? You want to make sure you get a business license, and basically put all your ducks in a row so that you can go, you can open a bank account, because the IRS is going to require that you actually track all your expenses separately so that you can have business write-off. So at the end of the day, my recommendation for those of you who are out here on the landscape and you're anticipating, you're self-publishing, and you see this opportunity where people are offering you up free ISBN numbers, I would say tread lightly. You know what? I remember back again when I was self-publishing and I was bootstrapping, right? I was going to work and then I would get paid, and this payday I would do this, and that payday I would do that. I would say just buy you some ISBN numbers, by individually, they're like what, 125, 150 bucks. And if you buy a block of 10, they're like 325. I recommend you just, save up and buy the block of 10, because again, as I said earlier, each format that you actually publish needs a different ISBN number. So I know they'll say, oh, you can publish on KDP and your ebook doesn't need an ISBN number. Again, you want it to have an ISBN number because you shouldn't just be publishing on KDP. You should be publishing on as many platforms as possible so that you can meet your readers where they are. And if they desire to buy books from Smashwords and Kobo and some of those others, then your book should be there and be available to them so that, you're not inconveniencing them. You want to make it as easy as possible for them to give you money, right? So you want to be everywhere that your reader is. So that is why I recommend that you don't use free ISBN numbers. You use ISBN numbers that you've purchased and that actually, will track back to your publishing company, whatever that is. That's one of the first things that I do when I'm working with my clients is we create their own publishing imprint. Because I think that's really, really important. So my personal publishing imprint is called Brown Girl Press. Way back in the day, right? I was the first one to use Brown Girl Press. I know there's another Brown Girl Books, I think they are. But I'm Brown Girl Press. So I've been around since 2009. And, I had so much fun when I was trying to think of what I would call my publishing imprint. So I think I'm rambling now. If there's anybody out here and if you have any questions, let me know. And if you don't, you catch this on replay. Yay, Linda, you did make it live. I see you. Hey, Yolanda, how you guys doing this evening? I am able, for the first time in a while, to see what's going on here. So I really appreciate you guys joining me and spending time with me this evening. Again, I am just trying to share and to create space because I know I'll never forget the day that I received my book, my galley copy in the mail. Hey, Brenda. And just seeing that for the first time and knowing that I created it. And I remember fanning the pages of the book and, just getting, the smell of the fresh ink and all of that. And I just remember how I felt when, I experienced that. And so I just want to help as many people as I can to be able to experience that too if writing a book is on their bucket list. I know Brenda was one of the authors who was so helpful in, giving information, and sharing information that has helped me to be able to be published. And Brenda just wrote her, I don't know, what number book is this for you, Brenda, if you're still there? She just released her book last week. So this is week 2. And for those of you who don't know, when we release our books, pub week, the first month, it's really important. The numbers matter. So if you are, where is Brenda's book? I know it is somewhere over here. Let's see. Let's show Brenda's book again. So here's Brenda's book again. Oh, this is number 9 for Brenda. So her book is called Heartless. I am reading it and I am truly enjoying it. Her main character is a Dallas Cowboy fan. Did you see I wrote that, Brenda? I was like, go on, Brenda. Brenda. She's from Houston, Texas. So she's a Cowboy fan. So I can definitely relate to that. But as I was starting to say, numbers matter. So if you're looking for a good read, go ahead and download this baby on Amazon, get your hard copy. It will not disappoint. And let's support her and helping her to realize her dreams of making sure she has a good launch week, good launch month for her book. I love you too. I wish, you know what? I keep saying this every week. I'm calling you after this. Look, I'm going to make myself a note. Call Brenda so that we can see if we can set this up. Because I know this audience would love to hear from you. Let's see what we can do. Call Brenda, because I'll say it and then I forget. So I put me a post-it right here. So I'm gonna make sure that I do that when I'm done. So yeah, so reading Brenda's books. Another thing that I'm doing after I get done with this is I am going to actually watch a book to movie by my imprint mate, Tiffany L. Warren. She has a book out. It's called Favorite Son. I mean, it's a movie on BET Plus. So her book just went to movie, and that is great. Oh, you on drink number 2? Hello, Carlotta. And I started watching it, and it is so good, right? I love seeing, our stories come to life, and I'm banking on, one of my books are going to come to life too. So I'm claiming it. We're working on that and loving every bit of that. But yes, Brenda, you on drink number 2. So I'm just on drink number 1 tonight. This is just some simple Chardonnay. As I said earlier, I'm super duper relaxed. For those of you who follow me, you probably saw it already, but I took a CBD bath earlier in the day, like at, I don't know, it was like 10 something, 11 something. I was in the tub for 2 hours. It was so awesome to just be able to feed my spirit and just to be able to relax. So I'm kind of floating along here. So I wasn't a big fan of doing simultaneous tonight and going live on Instagram at the same time. So now they're probably like, where is this chick? I'm gonna have to really get it together though, or change their time, because I need to show up when I'm supposed to show up. So Linda, I am so glad that you are here. I did get your message, so I'll get back to you with that information that we talked about today on our little clarity call. And yeah, I'll just say out there, if you are an author, just keep hope alive. You just got to do it. Basically the first time is the hardest. And I think that every single time you rinse and repeat and you get better, right? And that's all that you owe to yourself and to your readers, is to say, I did my very best and I put my best foot forward. And then the next time you just get better. And then the next time you get better. And so, one of the things that I have learned is you can't write too long, as I talked with Linda about today, because I feel like life experiences make us better writers, right? So we're not the same writer today as we were yesterday. And so it's really hard when you take long periods of time to write your books. It means that, different people are writing, and when you go back, and then you'll never feel like you're finished with it, because you're always going to be kind of trying to tweak. So I say write and release and let it go out into the world, and then just keep writing, and keep doing what you do. So again, thank you guys for joining me this evening. I really appreciate you guys. I don't know what we're going to talk about next week, but I'm sure it'll be something good. If you have something that you want me to discuss as it relates to self-publishing or book marketing, because that's really like where I feel like my genius is to look at the landscape and to take the duality of being a traditionally published author and a self-published author, and just my marketing genius, right? I have the ability to just, kind of come up with some great ideas, to be able to do that and create book strategy. So I absolutely love that, and I'm claiming that is my genius. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. If you have something you want me to talk about, put it in the comments. If you're catching a replay, tell me you're catching a replay. And other than that, I want to say happy Mother's Day to all my mamas out there. Again, you don't have to physically have birthed the child to be able to say that you are mothering them and you are making a difference in their lives. So I want to say happy Mother's Day to you too. And we'll say happy Father's Day to all the dads on Father's Day. So Good night, and I'll see you guys on the journey. Bye bye.